My name's Adam Monaco and I'm the Financial Controller for Hi-Tech Oils. With our national capacity, we can now service Australian companies nationwide. Of late, we have now expanded into the New Zealand market. Here at Hi-Tech Oils, we receive premium base oils and premium additive packs. Together, with our highly trained staff, we manufacture over 500 premium quality products. Hi-Tech Oils is Australian made and Australian owned.
On today's show, we return to Willowbank Raceway in Brisbane for our continued coverage of the New Year Thunder as part of round 3 of the 400 Thunder Drag Racing Series. And today we feature the supercharged monsters of Pro Slammer. Then we head over to Morocco and to Marrakesh for the second round of the 2018-19 FIA Formula E Championship, the Marrakesh E-Prix. This is Speedweek.
No, there's something more. I don't think that car's running. Oh, Hingelwood way loose and tags the fence. Wheel stand again for Lyle, but big problems for Sam Fennick. Lyle 583, 404. He wins the East Coast Thunder. Welcome back to Willowbank Raceway at Ipswich in Queensland. We've got more great action from the New Year Thunder. It's the first event of the year, but it's the third round of the 2018-2019 Pro Slammer Championship. We've seen a couple of different winners so far, with John Zapier up in Darwin's Nitro up north. And then, of course, it was Kelvin Lyle at Sydney Dragway at round 2. And on the back of that win, he's gone to the championship lead. He's with Rusty Gregory now.
Well, our surprise championship leader in Pro Slammer is Kelvin Lyle, and it was a surprise to just about everybody else, but it's no surprise for you. You guys have been working on this for a long time.
Yeah, we have. We've been at it for a couple of years now. We did have John Zapier helping, and we've got his motor, so we've got some really strong power there. We've now got John Salemi on board and he's tuning, so it's all coming together.
And you're not standing still with your program either. You've changed a lot of stuff between Sydney and now. Talk us through it.
Yeah, we went back. We already had this plan, so we've gone back to Perth. We've taken the clutch out, the B&J out, and we've gone to the converter, lock-up converter. We've also got the Liberty 5-speed. So it's something that John runs in his car in the States, so it just made more sense to put in what the tuner's got and that he's used to using. So he's coming over here with something that he's got knowledge of more than the clutch.
Let's have a look at those championship points. Kelvin Lyle is on top with 159. It's John Zapier, his fellow Western Australian, in second. Paul Mahat, the reigning champion, still got some work to do in third spot. Sam Fennick and Mark Hinchelwood round out the top 5. And Mark, we got 15 cars here this weekend. It's the 400 Thunder 3-round all-run system.
Basically what that means with the all-run format for the 400 Thunder Series, we're going to see all 15 Pro Slammers come out for 3 rounds of racing. Each round of racing, the drivers that win a race will get 20 points for a win. The losers get 5 points for a loss. In rounds 1 and 2 of racing, we'll give bonus points to the quickest car that runs the lowest ET of the round. So if you get the quickest ET, you'll get 8 points. Second quickest gets 7, third gets 6, and so on right through. So those bonus points, the win points, add up in rounds 1 and 2. The top 2 point scorers from those 2 rounds go through the final, run off for the Gold Christmas Tree for the 400 Thunder Series. The rest battle it out for championship points, and that's how the all-run format works.
First race of round 1, Steve Ham for Fuso Brisbane in the Camaro, taking on Trevor Smith. Round 1 of Queensland Rockbreakers Pro Slammer. And it is Steve Ham all the way. A 578, 408 kilometres an hour. That's a great way to kick things off ahead of Trevor Smith's 650.
A good pass there for the team of Stephen Ham. Trevor Smith, we can see him launching on screen there. 6.57 seconds, but Stephen Ham, 578, and it's pretty warm conditions, humid as well here. That's a good win for Steve.
Yeah, I'm down here with Stephen Ham. He's taken first points here in the series, mate. How's that feel?
It felt good. You know, we were a bit sceptical on today's weather, so it was sort of a little bit of yesterday's first round, first test test run stuff. So, and it worked and it held, and yeah, let's build from now.
Here is our championship leader, Kelvin Lyle for Direct Mining and Industrial. He gets a first round bye in Queensland Rockbreakers Pro Slammer because he is the championship leader. We get 15 cars. An odd number in the field gives him this shot.
This looks like a good pass for the team. 577. That's the low ET so far of the round for Kelvin Lyle. Yeah, it's 100th quicker than Stephen Ham. The team are going to be happy with that, Rusty.
Yeah, guys, down here with John Salimi, crew chief for Kelvin Lyle. Mate, win is a win, and low ET is important in this 3-round format at the moment. You've got it.
Oh, thank you very much. We've just been working hard at this whole game over here, you know. I got to get my head wrapped back around the quarter-mile racing, and we just put a lockup in a 5-speed in that car. And we're really happy with the progression so far. It's going really well.
Mate, best of luck for the rest of the weekend.
Thank you very much, guys.
The car looked to be crabbing, Mark.
Yeah, he definitely haven't looked there. It was definitely not a straight pass for Kelvin Lyle, but 577 with the new gear on board, so they're going to be happy with that. Next pairing up, we've got Michelle Davies on screen in that Mustang for Pro Logistics. She'll be taking on the man, Victor Bray, in that 1957 Chevy for Gulf Western Oils.
Isn't it great to see Victor back in the car? He missed the entire last season, came back and is absolutely keen now to run the whole championship series right across the year. And Michelle Davies, she is just doing such a great job in that Pro Logistics Mustang.
Well, in the lead-up, in testing the lead-up to this event, she actually went 5.92 seconds, which actually makes her the quickest female Pro Slammer driver in Australian history.
Looks like some savage tyre shake for Victor Bray. It will be Michelle Davies all the way. 600, 376 kilometres an hour. That puts 20 win points in the bank for her.
Good weekend. Another win is another win. And Gareth Davies, crew chief and husband for Michelle Davies. Congratulations, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. We've slowly creeping up on it. We come out last night, run a PB, ran deep into the 590s. Come out this morning, blew the tyres off it, thought let's just take a bit out, get down, get some data and go from there. So,
well, data and a win, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks heaps, mate.
Have a look at the replay here. Victor Bray looked really savage off the start line, Mark.
Yeah, it looked like he had a lot of tyre shake there in that 1957 Chevy there, Victor Bray. We see the front-on shot, yeah, he was shaking, he had to back it off, and in the end, Davies was streaking away. Matt Kavanagh on the top end with Michelle.
Yeah, we're down here with Michelle Davies. Michelle, you get yourself a round win against Victor Bray. How's that feel?
It's awesome. Sorry to knock Victor out because he's always been one that I've wanted to race and line up against. And he told me not to whip him, but apologise for that, Victor. But racing's racing, so let's get on to round 2.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, Mark, the cool shirt on there for Michelle. They probably need it in this weather.
Yeah, it's in mid-30 degrees at the moment. Not ideal weather for drag racing here in round 1. It will cool off in the later rounds of racing. On track, though, Benny Bray for Gulf Western Oil. He's just seen his dad in that very lane get a bit of tyre shake on the hit of the throttle. He might have that in the back of his mind here as well. But he'll be taking on Andrew Searle for Acme Composite Supply. He's moving forward there. in that beautiful Mustang.
You see all the condensation on the butterflies on the top of that injector as the methanol goes in there. It really does cool the charge. Look at the difference of the body styles. Mustang v Corvette. Searle's in a mile of trouble. Man, oh man, that's a big hit, Mark.
That is a massive hit for the team. They've only just come back from another incident similar to this as well. That is not what we want to see. That is absolutely heartbreaking for the team. Benny Bray here in a great 580 pass, but all eyes here on Andrew Searle as we see that Mustang pull up here on the racing surface of Willowbank Raceway. We can see Searle there. He's moving around. That's a good sign, Rob.
Oh, he's getting out of the car really quickly. He's going to be an angry little man, I would say, because I think he was just a passenger on that run once. I don't know, something broke.
Let's have a look at the replay here. You can see the car is just perfectly straight. I think you're right, Rob. I think something's broken on that car for it to turn as hard as it did there towards Will, as violently as it did, and no way for him to actually start correcting it. I think something's broken there on him.
Let's have a look again from this angle. It just snaps. Heads left big time. Rotates the carbon fibre. Roof comes off it. Parts start to shed. Well, as you say, Ben Bray got the win, but I don't think that's the way he would have liked to do it, Matt.
Down here alongside Benny Bray, and didn't really see much, did you, Ben?
No, one of these cars, when you let the old trans brake button go, if you leave first, you very rarely see the other car, and that's what it's all about, winning races. Andrew's been a family friend of mine for 30 years of my life. I hope he's okay. That car's repairable, rebuildable. I'm sure Andrew will bounce back from it, and I'm glad he's all good.
And not bad to take away a 585 from that run.
Yeah, 85. I was hoping for a lower than that, but hey, in this heat to get down the track consistently, get the car where I need to be, let's see if I can step it up and play with the big boys at the top.
Yeah, Benny makes a really good point here. He had a huge hole shot which allowed him to be out in front of what was happening behind him with Andrew Searle. It's a bit of a blessing in disguise there for the team. They get the win, but Andrew Searle, that's just, as I said before, heartbreaking for the team.
Well, the body came off it. Look at that chassis. Yeah, I don't know. That may be repairable. It doesn't look as badly bent as you would have thought, Mark.
Definitely not. It's not until you get it back into the shed, have a look at everything, and hopefully those guys can get it repaired, and we'll see him back out here in the Pro Slammer circuit.
Meanwhile, we continue with round one of Queensland Rock Breakers Pro Slammer at the New Year's Thunder at Willowbank Raceway. And it is Emilio Spinozzi to take on this man, Russ Pavey, in the RPM Motorsport Corvette from the Gold Coast.
It's the first time we've seen Russell Pavey this season in the Pro Slam Series, so first time on track for the team looking for their first round win. Emilio Spinozzi here coming forward. I tell you what, his crew chief, Michael Murray, has probably got the best pre-stage stance in drag racing here, bringing that car into pre-stage.
Yeah, well, I think the choreographer might have been involved there as well. But huge crowd here at Willowbank Raceway looking on, which is fantastic to see for the sport of 400 Thunder drag racing. Spinozzi hasn't been quick in this car, but he's just been racking up wins across the season.
He's looking for his first 5-second pass still. There's a deep stage for Pavey, which has led to a red light. Spinozzi gets another round win here.
Spinozzi will get it. An 8.05 at just 247 kilometres an hour would normally not win a race in Pro Slammer, that is for sure. But for poor old Russ Pavey, everything went wrong.
Yeah, it was deep stage there. The wheels went up on the launch. The deep stage led to the red light as well. He would have got a round win here if it wasn't for that.
But even the supercharger belt came off down track.
That as well. It's just an ugly pass all around for a Russell Pavey there, but Emilio Spinozzi, he gets another round win. He's down in the bottom end there with our reporter Matt Kavanagh.
Yeah, down here with Emilio Spinozzi, mate. You get yourself another round win.
Yeah, we're just lucky again, I guess. Russ, red lit, so we still tried to get it down. It shook, I think less than 60 foot, but we just tried to get some data, but it was pretty much hopeless run.
Well, no worries, mate. Good luck with tonight.
No worries. Thanks, mate.
Hopeless run or not, it's 20 championship points for Spinozzi. As here comes Tony De Felice, also having his first appearance for the series this year in the De Felice Homes Camaro out of Melbourne. He's running against another Camaro, this one the Lloyd's Classic Car Auctions car of Sam Fennick from West End Performance. and he is one of the real heavy hitters in this Pro Slammer category.
And we can see Steve Stenick there getting the smoke out of Tony DeFelice's car. Steve Stenick obviously ran in Pro Slammer a long time ago, won a lot of races as well, so a bit of pedigree there on the start line there for DeFelice. DeFelice is actually running a Noonan 4.9 engine in this car. It's first time in competition for that engine. Of course, we've seen it in the States with John Zappia around the world record 5.42 second pass. So that engine's got a bit of potential for Tony DeFelice.
Yeah, I think he's looking at this almost as a testing session. He's booked a track for 3 days next week to try and get more data. He's clearly determined to attack this series.
I can't pick it.
Oh, DeFelice is loose straight over across the line in the braking area. Man, oh man, that was a close race, Rusty, but close in the braking area too.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Got a little bit hairy at the top end of the racetrack, but I'm down here with Mark Savage, crew chief for Sam Fennick. Mate, sometimes the driver saves your butt, and he did it this time.
Yeah, they've been doing it all weekend. The whole crew has been. It's just been one of those weekends we've been struggling, and obviously it showed there. Was hoping to run a little quicker than, or a lot quicker than that, obviously, but it went A to B, and we got something to work with now.
And it's more points in the bag in terms of the championship. This championship is going to be a knock 'em out, drag 'em out kind of fight all the way to the end, and the points are going to be important when it gets to the end of the season.
Yeah, no, definitely, and the 603 definitely ain't going to cut it out here with these guys, so we're going to go see what we can do and try and fix that.
Good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Well, better start line reactions for Fennick. Got him across the line just 0.06 of a second ahead of a wild Tony DeFelice.
Our next pairing up, we have got the reigning Pro Slammer 400 Thunder champion, Paul Mahayat in the Moitz Komatsu Mustang, and he will be taking on Jason Donnelly for Donnelly Blasting Services.
Yeah, Donnelly in the 57 Chevy Nomad station wagon. Well, this car has run in the 5-second zone, but he knows he's up against an absolute mega team with this Moitz Komatsu Mack Trucks Mustang. This team just do so much testing, Mark.
They do a lot of testing. The thing that might be in Jason Donnelly's favour here is it is a little bit warm here at Willowbank Raceway. So some of the Slammer teams have been struggling a little bit with tyre shake. If Mahayat has any sort of drummers applying that horsepower he's got in that Mustang, and Donnelly can get a nice smooth pass, he's got a chance here.
So the defending champ up against the underdog. We've seen it happen many a time in Pro Slammer. Will it happen here at Willowbanks? New Year Thunder. Oh, that car's too strong.
It's all the champion, Paul Mahayat. He goes 575. Donnelly goes 603. Mahayat 410 kilometres per hour there. He gets the win. Rusty, another happy team on the start line.
Yeah, guys, down here with Glenn Davies, crew chief this weekend for Paul Mahayat. Mate, 575 gives you low ET and the win points in the first round. That's important.
It is, mate. It sets us up very well for the next round. Big shout out to Matt Komatsu and Moitz, obviously. We had two runs we threw away yesterday in testing. We had a diff centre brake on the 5th gear change, and then we took out the centre cone. So we were a bit hesitant coming into today, but we set ourselves up with the first test session, and now straight to the top of the field. So
have a look at this on the replay. Jason Donnelly got out, got a little bit loose, but you have to say Mahayat straight down the middle.
Yeah, Mahayat was professional like that. That was a great pass from Paul Mahayat. Jason Donnelly, he's been out of the seat for a little while, so he's a little bit rusty there on the start line. But Paul Mahayat, he gets 20 championship points here. Currently got low ET of the round as well, Matt.
Paul Mahayat, you're right here. You've got low ET of the round and take a win, 575.
Couldn't ask for much more than that. Firstly, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Mack, Komatsu, Mack Trucks, Moitz. My crew have been killing themselves for the last 3 days, so, you know, this is for them. It's not just me that gets the job done, it's the guys that are behind me.
Important championship points, so good luck tonight.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Well, Mahayat does have low ET at the moment as he goes across with Jason Donnelly there. But what about this guy? This is John Zappia in the Fuchs Denani Hot Shots HQ Monaro, and he's going to be keen to have something to say about that low ET point situation, I'd expect, Mark.
Yeah, he'll be taking on Paul Canuli here, backing up. But tell you what, John Zappia, during the week, he came out and tested here at Willowbank Raceway, ran into that 560 zone. I'll tell you what, that 575 from Paul Mahayat, he could have definitely in trouble here in this pass.
Yeah, you have to say that if there's a wild card around the place, it's probably Canuli.
I think you're right there, Rob. This car of Canouli's is probably one of the quickest cars to half track at the moment. They haven't got the same top end speed as the other cars running that route style blower, but their slammer is a little bit lighter in weight, so the parity sort of comes back there with the like the screw blower cars of John Zappier's in the lane beside him.
So massive crowd in here at Willowbank Raceway. We are still in round 1 of Queensland Rock Breakers Pro Slammer. The king of Pro Slammer is in the house, John Zappia. Oh, a bit of a pedal fest there, both on and off the throttles.
Zappia gets the wing runs 589, pedaling that car to a 5.8 second pass. Absolutely incredible there, Rusty.
Yeah, down here with Richard Zappia, John's brother, and mate, a 589. It's probably not what you were shooting for, but a win's a win, and the points are important on this 3-round format.
No, it is. You've got to keep going at it. You know, we thought we'd run into 69 or something like that, or 70, 70, and we'll take that. We'll take the win. It's not what we wanted, but we'll have to try hard on the next one.
Come back next round and go faster.
Yeah, that's the plan.
That's a plan. Good luck, mate.
You see the replay there. Canuli had a bit of shake, something breaking off the car there in the back end as well. But John Zappia, you can see 1 pedal, 2 pedal for him, so 2 pedals through for that 589 win there. That's a good run for the team. On board, you can see him let go of that brake. You see the shake inside the car, just violent as he pedals it as well. Pulls the chute, and he'll be with Matt Carbonaro in the braking area.
Here alongside me, John Zappia, 589, but you still get a round win.
Yeah, no, that's the main thing. The Fuchs and Annie Monaro shook a lot then, and we pedalled it a couple of times and managed to come up with an 89, which was good, but not good enough to be at the front of the pack. So,
obviously after Sydney though, it's fantastic to get out there and get a round win.
Oh, for sure. So we're on the right track. We've just got to make the next one a good one.
Let's have a look at the points after round 1 of Queensland Rock Breakers Pro Slammer. And that couple of slaps on the throttle cost Zappia badly. Paul Mahat's on top of the heap with 28. Kelvin Lyle on 27. Steve Ham lurking on 26. Ben Bray on 25. Then it's all the way down to John Zappia on 24. We got 2 more rounds of Pro Slammer coming to you from Willowbank Raceway. Make sure you join us after the break. There's lots more action to come. Welcome back to Willowbank Raceway. A great crowd in the house tonight for the New Year Thunder. We're about to head into round 2 of Queensland Rock Breakers Pro Slammer. But one guy that is not going to be taking part in any more racing tonight, Andrew Searle, after that dramatic accident in round 1. Rusty Gregory's down with him in the pits right now.
Well, testament to the safety in drag racing is that Andrew Searle can have a crash like he did in the first round of racing and be here chopping up corned beef, feeding his crew after the just before the second round. Andrew, mate, questions first, are you okay?
Yeah, mate, yeah, as I said, I don't think I hit the wall quite as hard as the last one about 3 months ago. I mean, I did hit that twice, I did hit tag both of them, but I mean, it all happened so quick. As I said, spun around, saw the roof going over the top. I didn't really feel the impact. So, as quick as I knew that, the roof was gone and the car was in bad shape, I turned the fuel off and switched the engine off and got out. So
early thoughts are broke something in the rear end?
I think so. I mean, like I said, it did tag the wall pretty hard, but, those cars don't normally go left, they go right. So I would say the way that it drove pretty sharply left like that, it was shaken. It's been shaken probably for the last 10 passes like they all do, but so, we might not ever know.
That is absolutely devastating luck for Andrew Searle, and we hope to see him back on track soon as we move into round 2. And here is Michelle Davies. She's got a first round win under her belt. She's got points on the board on this beautiful pink Moitz and Pro Logistics Mustang. And look who she's coming up against. Well, one of the powerhouses in the field. This is Sam Fennick for Lloyd's Classic Car Options.
We can see Gareth Davies guiding Michelle in, making sure she's directly over those freshly laid tyre marks on the track. She had lane choice in this round. She actually ran quicker than Sam Fennick in round 1 of racing. She's taken that right lane to screen. Fennick over in the left. It is anyone's race here.
massive hole shot to Sam Fennick, and he runs away with a 5.95 at 387 kilometres an hour ahead of Michelle's 6.03. But you'd have to say, Mark, I think still not what Fennick would want out of that car.
Not at all. It's good that they got the round win there, but it's definitely not what we expect to see from this car. I would have expected into the 570 zone in this round of racing. The conditions are cooler. They can definitely get a little bit more aggressive for these slammer cars. They'll probably go back and have a look at the data and see if they can find out what's going on with this car. But Matt Kavanagh, you're down there with our winner right now.
Sam Fennick, you've got the win here in round number 2.
That's awesome, mate. This Classic Car Auctions Monaro of Lloyd's, Camaro, doing really well. We're not on top of it yet, but we're working it out run by run, mate. We're just having a go today.
Yeah, well, 5.95, you've got to be happy, and good luck tonight.
God damn, thank you very much.
Here comes Victor Bray for Gulf Western Oil and Century Batteries. The 6-time Slammer champion. Got a solo pass in this round of racing, so he's going to add 20 points to his championship tally, but more importantly, he wants to try and get it down the racetrack. Got over the tyre shake that he had in round 1, Mark.
He's backed off early, rolls it through for a 6.36, 329 kilometres per hour. You know what? It is a 6-second pass, but they got through that shake zone. And you got to take the positives away from pass. You hear it get up, and they've been struggling tyre shake right there. They got through that. It wasn't a full pass. He'll be quicker next round, and he'll be happy as well.
Victor Bray, you are obviously a buy run, but you still get the 20 points. Very valuable tonight.
Yeah, no, it was good. It's this is a great deal the way that they run this with your earn points as you go through the competition. So you've got the buy run, like you say, you've got to be a winner. The fastest winner, and you obviously are when you're on a buy run, so it works out really well. But man, this field's just so tough nowadays. Not in the late 90s when door slam was starting, people used to say you better be careful what you wish for. But it's arrived now. 560 door slammers, 260 mile an hour door slammers. It's crazy, but it's good to be a part of it.
Good luck tonight.
Absolutely magic to see Victor Bray back in a car after overcoming a very serious battle with cancer. And what about this guy? We saw him in round 1, drive through some massive shake, Mark, and how much is he going to have learnt from that?
He will have learned a lot. It's John Zappia. He is the godfather of Pro Slammer right now. He's won so many championships. That team, they don't usually do too many bad runs in a row. I expect the best from Zappia here. Spinozzi, he's getting those round wins as we keep mentioning. He still hasn't run that 5-second pass. He's going to be right there beside Zappia. Zappia has any sort of issues here. Spinozzi's going to be there looking for his opportunity.
There are issues. There is an opportunity. John Zappia over the centre line, disqualified. Spinozzi, 6.35. It's slow, but it's a win.
Now, I'm down here with Michael Marriott, crew chief for Emilio Spinozzi. Mate, sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good, and you guys have been lucky. 2 wins from 2. And car not quite there, but you're still getting the wins.
Yeah, the wins are coming from having a really good driver. The crew have just been unbelievably awesome. It's been really tough. I'll be the first to admit it. We're really struggling. Every time we get a win like this, be it luck and good driving and so on, what it does is gives us another lap to try again and learn some more. So that's what it's about. These guys have been awesome. And I really take my hat off to the guys for sticking with it, and I think we'll get there.
Emilio Spinozzi, another round win, and it's against John Zappia. You are just killing it here in Door Slammer, in Pro Slammer.
I don't know about killing it, but yeah, we got to A to B, and probably not as good as we'd want to, but we're making rounds and we're winning, so we'll just take it.
You've got to be happy with that, don't you?
Oh, we're very happy. I mean, we just keep going rounds. Keep making passes, and hopefully we get to that elusive 5. I'm not even sure what we ran, but we pedalled it probably 3 or 4 times down that one.
Well, that's 2 wins from 2 starts for Spinozzi. Tony DeFelice, he was quick in round 1, but a little bit late on the lights. Let Sam Fennick through. What's he going to do against Ben Bray? Ben Bray, of course, 580 in that opening round of the night. That's pretty good pace.
And he was in that lane as well that he's over in. So I expect Bray can probably really improve here. DeFelice went that 590 pass as well. It's going to be a good race here. Benny Bray moving forward. Anyone's pick.
Well, Ben Bray for Gulf Western Oil, Century Battery, Speedflow, etc. And Tony DeFelice Holmes all the way down the side of the Camaro. And it will be DeFelice. Bray has troubles in a 6:08 at 370. Not as quick as his round one, but the difference is he's got the win light this time.
Yeah, I need to see that start line again for Benny Bray, because DeFelice got right out, and then I'm not sure if Benny's car got up on the trans brake there. He definitely didn't launch cleanly at all. You listen to it here. Yeah, it's not happy car. Matt Kavanagh with Tony DeFelice in the braking area though.
Tony DeFelice, we got you down here. Round 2 wins, so some valuable championship points.
It's all data for us. Yeah, it's good to have a win, and it's good to be here after about a year and a half rest. So it's good.
Yeah, you look pretty happy down this end, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Tony DeFelice's idea of a year and a half's rest was going and racing a Ferrari round and round in circles on in the circuit racing world. It's decided corners don't work for him. Well, actually, he had a ball, but he wants the pure acceleration of drag racing. He is back. Also back is Jason Donnelly in the DPS Motorsports 57 Chevrolet, the wagon, up against the Fuso Brisbane Camaro of Stephen Ham. This guy is really my pick for the night. I reckon he can do it.
And it's all Stephen Ham this time around as well. 572 for Stephen Ham. Jason Donnelly with a lot of smoke there. He goes 606, but another happy team on the start line, Rusty.
Stuart Rowland, crew chief for Steve Ham. You guys have got a handle on this thing the size of a baseball mitt at the moment. You have got it on a string. It's going down the track on every single run. What has changed over the last 6 months or so to make this car into a championship contender?
Pretty much it's really come. It started out with John from the US, obviously John Salemi and Melanie and Jim also have helped us along our way to get us started at the first meeting. Lots of phone conversation in the meantime, so between Steve, myself and John got us on the right track, and Steve and I co-tune the car. I don't tune the car, we both tune it together and we argue about what we're going to do, and then he usually wins, so that's all okay. But that was our 68 tune-up from last night, exactly as it run. The weather's not quite there, so it's a little bit hotter still at the moment. So it went 72. He was off it a little early. He obviously felt unsafe at the top end there, so that was good, yeah.
I'm here alongside Stephen Ham, and you've got yourself another win. That's 2 from 2.
Yeah, it's good, mate. The car's going A to B. Thanks, Stuart Rowland, for those nice, kind words. That'd be the kindest ones I've heard yet, so that's because I wasn't there. No, the car's running really good, mate, so we've got something to work with. You know, there's 2 cars still to come that could bump us, but fingers crossed, eh?
Well, he has got one hand on a final spot, that's for sure. He's got 2 wins from 2 starts, and he's got a fist load of ET points. But Kelvin Lyle, championship leader, he is a guy that can put that under threat in this direct mining Mustang. He is up against Russ Pavey in that white 63 Corvette from the Gold Coast.
Yeah, Russell Pavey moving forward here in his Pro Slammer. Now, in that first round the car was really aggressive. It was front wheels right up in the air, and obviously you don't really want that because you can't steer a Pro Slammer. He needs to get those front wheels planted to the ground, so if the car is moving, he can steer. And against the championship leader here with Calvin Lyle, it's going to be a tough race. Huge hole shot to Pavey.
I'll tell you what, Lyle's in trouble here. He was wheel standing all over the place, and Russ Pavey picks up a win. 6:03, very close to the 5-second zone for him as well.
You know what, and I spoke about this just before the pass with Pavey with the front wheels in the air. This time it's Calvin Lyle. Watch it, the wheels go up, he can't steer, starts going towards the wall. He has to back off, he gets it back in his lane, and then the burst pedal lets go on that car as well, which releases all that pressure in the manifold, which minimises the potential damage in that engine.
Let's get down to Russ Pavey with Matt.
Yeah, Russ Pavey alongside me. He looks pretty happy. You got yourself a round win. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's been a little while coming, so yeah, we're pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, no, you got to be happy, and of course just a 6-0 that time, but you get the points. It helps in the championship.
Oh, absolutely, and just going A to B, so it's been a journey, and it's just great.
Well, here comes Paul Mahayat. Of course, Stephen Ham has low ET points in this round at the moment, but Mahayat in the Moitz car could do something about that. And Paul Canuli, as you pointed out, Mark, this car has the potential to be a real upset sort of deal.
You can see the crew there adjusting the wheelie bars there, those dual wheelie bars. They can actually stagger those wheelie bars to manipulate the way the car launches, because a lot of the natural torque of the cars might squat down to the right a little bit, so they stagger maybe an inch between the two wheelie bars to try and square the car up on that launch as well.
A little bit of fume out of the back of the car. That's just from the overflow. No problem at all there for Canuli. Paul Mahayat edging forward in the Moitz Komatsu Mack Truck Mustang. It will be Paul Mahayat with yet another win and a 574. Off it early, 398 kilometres an hour, not quite as fast as he can go.
We watched the replay here. Canuli was out strong. It looked like a clean pass there, and it gets off early. Might see more here on the front end shot. Mahayat was perfect, but yeah, Canuli, not too sure. You can see the butterflies close. He was off of it early, but that'll be enough points to put Paul Mahayat into the championship final here.
Paul Mahayat, you've got yourself 2-round wins. Looks like you're going through to the final.
Yeah, big call, but my crew worked their asses off today. I'd like to thank Moitz, Mack Truck, Komatsu, all the people that make this happen. Willowbank Raceway, 400 Thunder, finals, baby. Ham, I'm coming to get you.
Good luck.
And that is going to be the final. Paul Mahayat in the Mustang up against Stephen Ham in the Fuso Camaro. Points there for Fennick, Spinozzi, Lyle, Davies, etc. But all of the concentration is going to be on that big championship final. Paul Mahayat to take on Steve Ham. That's coming up next. We're at Willowbank Raceway in Queensland for the New Year Thunder, heading into round 3 of Pro Slammer and the big championship final. Man, oh man, we've had some carnage. We've seen Andrew Searle smash out of there. Trevor Smith's done damage to his car. Paul Canuli's done damage. So it'll be 12 cars contesting this third round of Queensland Rock Breakers Pro Slammer. And Mark, the action's been fast, it's been furious, it's been expensive, and it's likely to continue.
That it will be. Jason Donnelly on screen here. He will be taking on the man in the other lane, Victor Bray, the legend. Donnelly looking for a round win here today. Has got 2 losses from 2 starts. Victor, 1 win and 1 loss in the lane beside him. It is about the championship points here. It's just about getting a win here, keeping your championship points ticking over. We see Victor coming forward. Now, interesting, Victor's lost a lot of weight in the last 12 months. This morning in that car, they actually created a new seat insert for him because he was moving around a little bit, so he's got a brand new seat in that car this morning.
Well, it's 2 57 Chevrolets, the 57 sedan and the station wagon, pair of Queenslanders. Won the legendary Victor Bray. And it will be Victor Bray with a win, 6005, 350 kilometres an hour, almost back into the 5s, Mark.
He only used about 300 metres of racetrack there because he was off of it early. That would have been a 5-second pass there for Victor Bray if that was out the back door. He gets the win. Jason Donnelly right beside him. They kept him honest the whole way. But Gulf Western Oil 57 Chevy, Victor Bray gets the win.
Yeah, we're here alongside Victor Bray, another valuable championship points in the win.
Yeah, mate, that was great. And racing Jace, you know, mate, he's the man with the 57s. I got a few of them, but he's got a hell of a lot more than me. And he races them. His son's racing. We've got 57 funny cars, all sorts of stuff. Love racing him. It's the second time I've racing him, and I think we're 1 up on each at the moment. But no, it's good to get a win in the final, and the car. I finally should have stayed in that right-hand lane all day. Obviously, the car liked it a lot better. So, anyway, it's all good, and there's some good racing coming up, that's for sure. And I'm really watching this final because it's going to be tough.
John Zappia versus Ben Bray. How many times have we seen that, Mark? And it is always intense.
I love it. I love the rivalry between the Bray and Zappia camps here. The Gulf Western Oil Corvette, Benny Bray backing up. So, he's got a bit of a race. John Zappia's car has been absolutely wild. It's been a beast. It's the wheels coming up. He's gone across the centre line. He's got too much power. They're shaking, so it's not a weekend they probably want to remember so far for Zappia. They want to save some grace here, get a round win, keep the championship points ticking over, because at the moment, it hasn't been a good weekend for them.
No, certainly not. It's very late here at Willowbank Raceway. A couple of accidents has pushed the schedule back, and we're the wrong side of midnight, would you believe? But look at the fans that have stayed.
Sorry, Zappia's gone into full stage and bumped into deep stage. I'm not too sure what's happened there, because that's not his normal routine.
Way late on the lights. Benny Bray got out a long way on him, but Zap's going to drive around him.
He's got the power, gets the win, goes 5.80 seconds. Benny goes 6.13 in the lane beside him, but John Zappia, I'm not sure what happened on the start line there. It was weird. He was in full stage and then bumped into deep stage. You just don't see that happen. Let's have a look at the replay here. So you see him moving forward. Car in gear. He's not happy. Something's not right in the car. You can see he's put his hand up. I couldn't tell from anything there, but you look at the power of John Zappia. Drives around Benny Bray. He gets the win with a 5.80 second pass.
John, not the weekend you probably hoped for, but you got 2 wins and valuable points in the series.
Yeah, no, that's right. We salvaged that, and I don't know what happened then. I was so worried about getting the car in nice and straight, and before I knew it, it's like, I've got 2 lights on. No, so I tried to put it in reverse, and as I went to let the clutch out, it was still in forward, and it went in deeper, and I had 1 top light on. I'm going, I haven't even got revs on or anything. So the next minute, Ben staged. I brought the revs up. I saw the orange light, brought the revs up, dropped the clutch, and it shuddered a bit because it didn't have the launch revs right, but it got the job done, and obviously such a deep stage reduces the time, so it could have been a 70-something. But anyway, we got the win, and there's no points for ET on this round, so we got 20 points. What can I say? The boys done a good job. The car's in one piece.
Well done, John.
John Zappia is the only man that takes 20 minutes to talk about 5 seconds of racing.
It's pretty much a drag racing trait, I think, for the drivers.
Russ Pavey, he got a win in round 2. Here he is in round 3 of Queensland Rock Breakers Pro Slammer up against Tony DeFelice, who's just back behind the wheel of his Camaro, having a damn good time. Really enjoying himself back on the quarter mile.
Russell Pavey could have been 2 from 2 going in this round if he hadn't red lighted that first pairing of the day. You hear the revs building up on these cars as they bring him edging forward.
Good race. Very good race. Pick a winner in that. It is Tony DeFelice, a 594, just beat a 601. The whole shot came into it, not quite enough for Pavey, but he had the jump, and I thought he was going to hang on, Mark.
I thought so as well, but DeFelice got the stripe by 19 thousandths of a second to get the win. That Camaro DeFelice is a little bit twitchy there, but another win for Tony DeFelice, Matt.
Down alongside Tony DeFelice, and you got yourself a couple of round wins here at the New Year's Thunder.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, we're testing, we're trying things, and yeah, we'll take it. We'll take the win.
You got to be happy with that, though. Some championship points as well, and of course, are you going to go down to Sydney, though?
Yes, yeah, we're testing here on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to sort of prepare us for the next race meeting. So hopefully we can get on track.
Well, here comes Kelvin Lyle in the direct mining and industrial Mustang to take on Shelley Davies. Davies looking to bounce back into that 5-second zone. She's been picking up championship points along the way. Kelvin Lyle, the series leader, made the change across to the 5-speed transmission, and I don't think things have been going as smoothly as they would have liked, Mark.
I think you're right. It's been, they haven't got many passes on board yet, so every pass they get, it's a little bit more valuable data for them. So I think they're starting to slightly get there, but they're still a little bit off. But I'm sure that it's a learning curve for the team, especially changing this sort of setup, that's finding out what the chassis wants as well to get it down. They're getting there.
Michelle Davies with a huge hole shot. Lyle on the centre line and the fence. He's got the fence. It was a big sideways hit. There's no braking happening. He's going way deep in the braking area with just one parachute out. Another hit. and into our gravel trap. Car pulling up. That is a huge hit for Kelvin Lyle. Mark, that car, once it headed right, there was no bringing it back.
Yeah, when that car is so far down track as well, he was probably doing well over 300 kilometers per hour there when he hit the wall at speed. That is a big hit for the team. The championship leader there for Kelvin Lyle. Michelle Davies got the win. She's out in front there, but all eyes there on Lyle. That car went into the wall very, very hard there. You can see the shootout. You're right, Rob. It doesn't look like it's slowing down at all there. The chute just sort of bringing the car to a stop in the sand trap.
That was a heavy impact. There's Kelvin Lyle being escorted out of the sand. He's walking, clutching his chest. That's clearly had a big impact for him as well. Let's get down to Matt Kavanagh with Michelle Davies.
Yeah, I'm here with Michelle Davies, and it's been a great week for you. You've run a personal best here at Willowbank. How does that feel?
Yeah, we're really happy with running the personal best. We were trying to do a little bit better, but yeah, circumstances and everything else that goes with racing, I guess. We never got there. That one was a little bit scary with Lyle flying past me and going in the deep. Hope he's okay. But yeah, just like to thank my awesome crew for doing a fantastic job this weekend.
Let's ride on board here with Kelvin Lyle.
See, Davies had a big hole shot. He's over towards the centre line and then bam, into that wall. Kelvin Lyle, and he was a passenger for the rest of this trip down the Willowbank braking area. Look at the speed he's covering this braking area out. He's probably still doing like over 150 kilometers an hour here as he gets towards the sand trap. And there's a long braking area before you get here as well.
And that gravel's done a fantastic job, pulling him up very quickly. There is the Direct Mining Mustang. Front off, doors off, body damage, that is for sure. The crew's going to have a lot of work. Kelvin Lyle headed for hospital for a checkup. And let's hope we see him back on track very, very soon.
Emilio Spinozzi on track. 2 wins from 2 starts today for the Hitachi team. They'll be taking on Sam Fennick in the Camaro for Lloyd's Classic Car Auctions. Sam Fennick here in the left lane at Willowbank Raceway. You can see the crew adjusting that wheelie bar just before it gets guided into stage, making sure it's absolutely perfect. Michael Marriott, crew chief for Spinozzi. He's got his car there, letting the driver know where the pre-stage beam is.
Yeah, they'll just guide them in. The first light on the Christmas tree lets the driver know that they are just short of the actual start line beam. They'll bump the front wheels in, so all 4 lights are on. Then we have a drag race. Well, Spinozzi won't get the points this time. It is Sam Fennick, 573. He's been looking for that.
That's a good pass from Fennick. That ends the weekend on a positive note for the team.
Clean run by the look of it. 407 kilometres an hour as well, Mark, so plenty of speed on board for the Lloyd's Classic Car Auctions car.
Yeah, Spinozzi, it'll be the next event. He'll try and get that elusive 5-second pass for the team. Front on replay shot here. Sam Fennick, 573. Great pass there from the team, Matt.
Yeah, we got 3 wins here for Sam Fennick. You're down here on the finish line, mate. Congratulations. It's unusual not seeing a final with that many wins.
Mate, thank you very much. We've been fighting the car all weekend. Mark Savage been working flat out trying to get the gremlins out of this car. But, we finally put a good run down. It's got plenty of potential. This car will go fast.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing you down in Sydney as well.
Thank you, mate. Can't wait.
Fennick will definitely be a force at the Santos Summer Thunder at Sydney Dragway. That's the next round of Pro Slammer. But before that, we've got a massive final to come. I saw crew running towards that car of Stephen Ham, the Fuso Camaro, Mark.
Yeah, it looked like he'd stopped at the end of the burnout pad there. We were on screen with Paul Mahade at the moment. No dramas from this team. All good. Stephen Ham, he's backing up here now. Whew, I was worried that we were going to have a solo pass here in the final.
Yeah, it looked like he was having trouble getting a reverse gear or something going on, but now everything is set. These cars have been the class of the field all day. There's no question about that.
Agreed. All week these guys have been quick in testing. They were quick throughout racing, so it's good to see them here in the final, that the hard work has paid off, and it's a flip of the coin actually. It's anyone's race here. Paul Mahade on screen. trying to take on Stephen Ham. Who's going to get the win here in the New Year Thunder for Pro Slammer?
Big wheels down at half track for the Camaro of Ham, and it'll be a 573. One parachute out. Man, he is going fast down in the braking area. Paul Mahayat got the win using a little bit of the emergency runoff, but looked like he was pulling it up fine.
It was excitement in both lanes. Stephen Ham, he had the excitement on the start line, wheels up here at half track. Then it was all eyes on Paul Mahayat in the braking area. That chute getting tangled up, pulling the car sideways. Wheels up, Ham there. But it's going to be a Paul Mahayat win here at the New Year Thunder event.
It's always fun when you're standing with the crew chief on the start line and he looks up and his driver's trying to pull the car up with one chute. Skip, mate, you get the win. You get a bag full of points for the weekend. Hasn't been a bad one for the Moits Matt Komatsu team.
Yeah, it's been a great weekend for us. Like I said before, we did struggle a little bit in testing, but we tried to race conservative today. We just tried to, creep up on it round by round, race the guy in the other lane, and it paid off. I mean, big shout out to Mac Komatsu, Moits. We couldn't do this without those guys, so we're pumped. It puts us in really good position in the championship. We move on to Sydney in a couple of weeks, and hopefully, the good luck keeps going.
Well, we're only 3 rounds into the championship. You guys are counting points already. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's it. We'll see how we go.
Mate, congratulations. Go enjoy the win.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, it was a wild ride here for Paul Mahayat, but you've got yourself the New Year's Thunder Gold Christmas tree. How does it feel, mate, to get yourself a win?
Unreal. Look, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Komatsu, Mac, Moits. Like I said before, Willowbank 400 Thunder. My crew killed themselves for the last 3 or 4 days. This is for you guys. All our sponsors, the people that make this happen. I can't thank you enough. And thanks to Ham.
That was a great final. I mean, dramatic all the way. Have a look at this. The championship points. The defending champ is back on top. Paul Mahayat ahead of John Zapier. That battle is going to continue. Kelvin Lyle, well, we don't know when we'll see him back. A lot of damage to that Mustang. Sam Fennick's in form. He's going to charge from here. And Emilio Spinozzi is just the guy with the luck of the Irish, believe it or not. Next up at Willowbank Raceway, we're going to see the Santos Super Thunder. Top fuel, top bike, pro alcohol, pro stock. That's all coming on Good Friday. It is a wow of a way to spend your Easter. But before then, we've got more great action from the New Year Thunder to bring your way. Next up, it will be Pro Alcohol with the funny cars and the dragsters all running hard. Make sure you join us then.
Coming up after the break, we head over to Morocco and to Marrakesh for round 2 of the FIA Formula E Championship, the Marrakesh E-Prix.